If you're someone who thinks that a valid argument for God is gesturing vaguely at everything in the universe and saying, so you just think this all came from nothing, please watch this video. I am begging you to watch this.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what this person has to say. Let's watch it.
The first issue with this argument is that it is a God of the gaps argument. It is a gap in human knowledge. We do not know for sure what kicked off the whole entire universe.
Spoiler alert, God did.
However, historically speaking, putting God into a gap where humans lacked knowledge has been proven to not be very good for your God.
It really depends on the fake God what you believe in. If you believe in a pagan God, which is like a false God, but if you believe in God of the Bible, basically the main Christianity, it only proves that God exists even more.
Because as human knowledge expands, the gaps where you've been putting your God are getting smaller and smaller.
Actually, the more that our human knowledge expands, the more curious and the more wonderful God's creations have complexity gets. Like you look at a leaf, and it's like it looks so simple, yet when you look closely, it's very complicated. Anyway, let's watch him continue.
The next thing people will say is the universe is so complex and so well defined.
The universe is very complex and very defined. Like, if anything was off by a slight thing, anything, any factor, we would not be here. We would not be living. We wouldn't. The reason why we don't have, wait, that's later up. Yeah, it's very, there has to be someone who made it.
It has to have a creator.
Of everything he said, when he said there has to be a creator, yes. That's the only thing I agree with him on.
And I have a couple issues with that. My first issue is with the whole well-defined thing. People love to say that, and I did a whole video about this, but we don't know that our universe is well-defined.
Yes, we do know that this universe is well-defined. Is there any other universe to compare it to? No. That means our universe is the only well-defined one to say what exists to say that it's well-defined.
Like it's well-defined for us, sure, but we don't have another universe to compare it to.
Spoiler alert, it only proves God exists even more.
We don't have another universe that we can look at and say, hey, the strong force and the weak force are like different over there. And maybe if we did have that other universe, we'd see that one is better. But we don't. There's no way to compare this to another universe and say that this one is well-defined.
That's because God made this one absolutely perfect, to the finest detail. If he didn't, then we wouldn't have any universe to call a universe. It'd just be nothing.
Or better than something else. And saying that the universe is so complex that it has to have a creator.
And it does have a creator. You're just not choosing to see him.
Creator creates an infinite regression within itself. Because if something is complex, it must be created. So then, if your God created the complex universe, your God must be more complex than the universe itself. Therefore, something more complex than your God must have created your God. And
there is no being there is no being higher than God. God is eternal. There is nothing else that can create him.
And something more complex than that must have created that, and it goes on forever. You see, the whole entire argument is that complex things require a creator. But if complex things require a creator, then why does God not require a creator?
God's not a creator. He is the creator.
And inversely, if God doesn't require a creator, then why do complex things ever require a creator? It just is an infinite loop. The math ain't math.
Math is the human understanding of whatever is existing. Same for science. It's just a human understanding of what they know. If the reason why the math isn't mathing, then that's because it's something what math can't comprehend. Just like how science can't explain how humans are working, like everything has to be present at once in order to work.
Mathing. And lastly, even if we assign the creation of the universe to your God, it says nothing about them. Like, the universe is practically infinite for all intents and purposes, and you're telling me that your God kicked off all of this.
Yes, he very much did, and you just choose not to believe it, because he created everything what you know, even math, even if the math doesn't math. You are just choosing not to. And, like, yes, he created everything.
Every single bit of it, just so it can have a personal connection with 8 billion meat sacks with electricity running through them on a rock that is surrounding a distant burning ball of gas.
And guess who made that burning ball of gas? I like to call him God. That is what he is.
In a galaxy that's a part of a cluster of galaxies.
A little reductive, but yes, that's probably the first thing what he's gotten right. What's not even about God. High five. Round of applause for the first thing what he scientifically got right, and what's not about God. But yeah, let's continue watching.
That's not even like near the center of the universe. It's just randomly plotted in there. Yeah, your God created the whole entire universe just to care about the people on that rock.
Which furthermore shows how much he cares about us. If there's a feasibly infinitely big universe, then he chooses just to focus on us little guys. What? That's just pure care. Like, what? How do you fail to see that? If there's multiple other stuff, like say aliens, why isn't like he would? Why he's focusing on us? There's a reason for that.
Sorry, that.
Two things. Why are you apologizing to us? First off, apologize to God. Second off, like it's your fate. It's your like. It's up to you. Well, not really, but like, come on, you know better than that.
That just doesn't really add up to me. So get a better argument.
Okay, listen. It's not up to you. It's up to God. And another thing is, you atheists in general don't have good arguments. I know that my reply isn't the best. My response to this isn't the best. It's because I'm not using a script. So, yeah, like, come on. It's get a better argument. You atheists and your beliefs can just like instantly fall apart. So they need to start believing in something better, like God.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna be good without God.
You couldn't have lied to yourself any more than you have just right now. Of all your lies, that'd be the biggest lie of your life.
Have a fantastic day.
Yeah, you too. Hope you find God, and hope that you believe him.